Now, if you live in South Africa, right, or if you are currently in South Africa, or at least last night you were in South Africa, if you look to the skies, the moon was red. It was trending all over the streets of social media. So many people are talking about this, asking themselves, what could this be? Before at least some people started giving clarity. Some people even thought it was the end of the world. But what exactly was happening, it was, like I said, it was the blood moon or the lunar eclipse, which this one that happened last night, it appears that it happens every 3 years in terms of frequency. It is always there. It's just that maybe people were not really paying that attention, but this is something that usually happens. In fact, the lighter one, not the full red moon that we saw yesterday, the lighter one in terms of frequency, you're talking about approximately twice a year. So almost twice a year you will see a red moon, which is something that shows you that this event or the event that we saw last night, it usually happens and it is not the end of the world. But yes, there are some verses or in the Bible that talks about the red moon. In Revelations it talks about the earthquakes and all that. But these, of course, events are taking or usually take place very frequent, or they happen time and again, and it was something that seeing a lot of attention. This one, especially last night's one, because of how the way the moon was looking like, it caught so much attention in a way that people could not do anything and they were just sitting outside and looking at the moon. Apparently the peak red, or the time where that moon was at on a peak red, it was around 11 past 8 at night. That was the peak time where that moon was on a red. I went out, I spent some time outside with my family and we're just looking at the moon, which is something that was just also amazing. I mean, I have to say also on my side, or me personally, sometimes you would see a moon red. It was not the first time, but the way I paid so much attention to the red moon that we saw, to the blood moon that we saw last night, it was different from the previous times, right? And I think this is due to the attention that moon was receiving on the streets of social media. So what basically happened, or what really makes the moon to be red, right? The reddish appearance, Rayleigh scattering, where the Earth's atmosphere scatters shorter blue wavelength of sunlight and allows longer red wavelength to reach the moon. This is what scientifically caused that moon to be red. This is the same phenomenon that caused the vivid sunrise and sunsets. You will notice that when the sun rises, it's red. When the sun sets, it's red. That is the same phenomenon that caused the moon also to turn red. And this, my dear friends, like I said, in terms of frequency, it is at least twice a year you will see a red moon. But this kind of one, I think, or that type of where the moon is that red, you will see it. They say it comes once every 3 years, but in terms of occurrence, it is something that is always taking place. Now, the blood moon solar eclipse in South Africa that we saw last night lasted for about 1 hour 22 minutes, with the partial eclipse beginning at 27 past 6 at night, and it ended around 5 to 11. That is when the whole show ended. But around 11 past 8, that is when we saw, of course, the moon turning or going to or reaching the peak stage where it was so red. That is what was happening. But yeah, it's something that it was just so interesting and amazing to see. But I must say, the solar eclipse, where of course we see the sun, total shut off of the sun, you will know that that one, it's really really interesting. With that one, you need special spectacles to view the sun, or to view that solar eclipse. And it's something that has happened. I remember there was once a full solar eclipse in South Africa when I was still young, I saw it, and I remember was using even the films, the film. Do you remember the old cameras they had? They used to have like films. We were using those films to view the sun. That was then, and that one, honestly, I must say, it's very very interesting. Last year, if you remember very well, in the United States of America, there was a solar eclipse that took place. It was a sort of like a shutdown where people all over the world, even on the news, all over the world, were just watching at what is happening in the US. It was the solar eclipse, and yeah, it was so very, very interesting to see that these are the wonders that God has made, and time and again they will happen. The blood moon that we saw was the end of the world, but it's not, right? But it's something that usually takes place. But anyways, me, the purpose of this video, I just thought I just take you through what just happened last night. Tell me what you think about it. Did you see what happened? I'm just not sure if that moon was clear all over South Africa, depending on the area, the province you are in. But here in Gauteng, it was clear, right? We had clear skies where we saw, of course, that blood lunar eclipse, like so clear. I remember I even used my phone to take the pictures, and some of the pictures that I shared with you here, I got them. The reason why they are so clear, I got them from the net. But anyways, tell me what you think. Did you witness it? But anyways, I'll see you on the next one. That is all from me, and God bless you all.